The first well, retold by Bookbox. There once was a small kingdom around a lake. One very hot summer, it did not rain, and the lake dried up. People grew anxious and went to the king. "It has not rained for so long. Our fields are barren," said the farmers. "There are no fish to catch. How shall we earn a living?" asked the fishermen. "Save us from disaster, good king," urged the women, as their children cried with thirst. The king sent his 4 generals in all directions to look for water. The first general went east towards the sunrise. The second went south to the dust and heat. The third went west where the sun sets. And the fourth followed the North Star. They searched day and night, night and day. High and low they searched, everywhere, but in vain. 3 of the generals returned, empty-handed. But the general who had gone north was determined not to fail his king. At last he reached a cold mountain village. As he sat at the foot of the mountain, an old woman came by and sat next to him. The general pointed at the horizon and said, "I belong to a beautiful kingdom where it has not rained for a whole year. Can you help me find water?" The woman motioned the general to follow her up the mountain and into a cave. "We have no water in our country either," she said. Then, pointing to the icicles in the cave, she continued, "We call this ice. Take some, and your kingdom will never go thirsty again." The general broke off a huge piece. Loaded it onto his horse cart, and rushed back home. By the time he reached the court, the enormous icicle had melted into a small lump of ice. Nobody in the court had ever seen ice, so everybody gazed at it with wonder. "This must be a water seed," one of the ministers exclaimed suddenly. The king ordered the water seed to be sowed immediately. While the farmers dug a hole, the lump dwindled in the sun. They swiftly placed the seed in the hole, but before they could cover it up, it had vanished. The farmers there grew confused and worried. They dug deeper and deeper into the earth, all night long, looking for the mysterious seed. At the break of dawn, the king found the farmers fast asleep around a hole. Curious, he peeped in and cried out in amazement, "Wake up, my worthy men! The water seed has sprouted. There's water in the hole." This is how the first well was created. The Greatest Treasure by Amit Garg. One day, Peter found a treasure map. "Hooray! I'm going to find this treasure and have some adventure," he exclaimed. Peter set off. He walked a long way and finally reached a forest. There he met Lion. "You are strong and courageous," said Peter to Lion. "Will you come with me on a treasure hunt?" Lion agreed and joined Peter. The forest was dense and dark. Peter was afraid. But with Lion by his side, he made it through. When the two finally reached the mountain, they met Eagle. "You have excellent vision and can alert us to dangers," said Peter to Eagle. "Will you come with us? We're looking for a treasure." Eagle agreed and joined Peter and Lion. The mountains were tall and craggy. Lion slipped, but Peter was swift enough to give him a hand and pull him up. Eagle, with his sharp vision, watched every step they took. Soon they reached the valley below, where they met Sheep. "Will you join us in our search for a treasure?" Peter asked Sheep. "And keep us warm when it's cold?" Sheep agreed and joined Peter, Lion, and Eagle. A cold wind swept across the endless meadow. They all huddled against Sheep, who kept them warm and cozy. The four finally reached the desert, where they met Camel. "You are called the Ship of the Desert," said Peter to Camel. "Will you help us get across and join the treasure hunt too?" Camel agreed. Peter, Lion, and Sheep mounted the camel and set off happily across the vast desert, with Eagle enjoying the spectacle from above. Camel began galloping, and everybody cheered with excitement. Crossing the desert on Camel's back was thrilling. The five finally reached the ocean, where they met Turtle. "Can you help us cross the ocean?" Peter asked Turtle. "We are on a treasure hunt." Turtle agreed and joined Peter, Lion, Eagle, Sheep, and Camel. The rough waves almost drowned the party, but Turtle skillfully transported them across. They met Owl on the other side. Owl spoke from his ancient wisdom. "Congratulations! You have found the treasure." "Where is it?" they all exclaimed in surprise. "Together you have passed the forest, climbed the mountains, dared the valley, braved the desert, and crossed the ocean. You would never have done it without one another." They all looked at each other and realized that Owl was right. They had found friendship. Indeed, they had found the greatest treasure ever.